Sami Zayn's championship is in trouble, like real trouble. It's looking like he might not be holding that belt much longer. And Cody Rhodes? Cody can't wait. July 6th, he wants to go destroy him. Welcome back to WWE Galaxy. I'm Nova. You already know Zayn beat Cody for the title at Night of Champions, so I'm not gonna waste your time replaying that whole match beat by beat. What I actually want to get into is everything that's happened since, because once you line it all up, it points one direction, and that direction is not good news for Sami. Quick bit of context first, because this didn't start as a Cody Zayn story. It started with Gunther. Cody beat him at Clash in Italy to keep the title, except the referee flat out missed Gunther's foot under the bottom rope. Gunther's furious, demands a rematch, and gets to pick the stipulation, and he picks Sami Zayn as the special guest referee. That decision wasn't random either. Zayn had been spiraling for weeks at that point, lost the United States Championship to Trick Williams, lost a non-title match to Cody, then just stood there and watched Gunther jump Cody after that loss and did nothing to stop it. The whole time calling himself the last good guy in the company while everything around him kept falling apart. Then Zayn and Gunther start slapping each other in the middle of the ring. Actual open hand slaps, disrespectful, personal, and somehow Zayn ends up costing Gunther that referee gig by fast counting in Cody's favor. Gunther loses it, demands a restart, and that restart ends with Zayn attacking both of them. Cody, Gunther, both. That's the whole reason we got a triple threat in Riyadh in the first place. Now here's the part I think people are sleeping on. The second Zayn wins that belt, he stops being the underdog everybody loved. He's posting pictures posing with it. He wishes Cody happy birthday while holding the title he just took off him. That's not a guy who's simply happy about his moment. That's a guy getting cocky. And it's not just Cody he's got beef with now. Gunther confronted general manager Nick Aldis after the show, furious about losing again, and that whole situation is still unresolved. Word is Aldis ended up suspended over it, which is exactly why it's Adam Pearce running things right now instead of him. It all carries straight into SmackDown. Quick note, this is SmackDown, not Raw. WWE flipped the schedule that week ahead of the 4th of July. Zayn opens the show blaming the fans for turning on him. Cody comes out to congratulate him, and you can tell it's not sincere. And then out of nowhere, Jey Uso shows up saying he needs that title for his family. Cody clowns him for it. Zayn tells both of them to get lost. Pearce comes out and makes the call. Zayn's defending the title on Raw in Chicago. If you made it this far, you clearly care about this story as much as I do, which, honestly, that's a little concerning for both of us. Smash that like button, get subscribed, and let's get back into it before I start crying about Sami Zayn's championship reign again. Pearce needs a challenger, and instead of just handing it over, he books Cody against Jey Uso right there on that same SmackDown. Winner gets Zayn. Jey looked like he tweaked his ankle early, but fought through it anyway. Didn't matter. Cody won. Earned it clean. No shortcuts. No help. So here's the full picture. SmackDown was the qualifier. Monday, July 6th in Chicago is where Cody actually gets his hands on Zayn for the belt. And a title change that fast? Less than 2 weeks after Zayn finally won the thing he'd been chasing for years would honestly be a pretty bold call from WWE. Doesn't mean it won't happen. Just means it'd sting. And I've got to bring this up because it changes everything about how I'm watching Monday. Chicago is CM Punk's hometown. Punk hasn't been on WWE television since the Raw right after WrestleMania, where he told Cody to his face that he wants that championship. Nothing since then. Silence. Months of it. So now you've got a title match happening in Punk's own city, with him nowhere to be found for months, and a storyline that desperately needs a third act before SummerSlam. I'm not saying it's happening, I don't know that for certain, but if there was ever a night for him to walk out through that curtain, this is the one. And think about where that leaves things either way. If Cody wins, does Punk show up to demand his own shot at the title he was promised months ago? If Zayn somehow survives, does Punk come out and remind everybody he's still owed a match regardless of who's holding the belt? So tell me straight, does Cody take that title back Monday less than 2 weeks after losing it? Or does Zayn survive and prove Night of Champions wasn't a one-time thing? And does Punk show up in his own city? Drop your real pick in the comments. I want actual arguments, not just the name. Like the video if you made it this far, subscribe if you're new around here. Way more of this coming before Chicago. I'm Nova, WWE Galaxy. See you in the next one.